Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of AI Security Ops. This week, we are going to talk about the Vercel data breach, where allegedly $2 million worth of data was stolen and listed for sale on breach forums. And spoiler, it all started with a Roblox cheat script. But before we get started, let you know about Black Hills Information Security. If you or your organization are in need of any kind of cybersecurity service, external, internal, web app testing, physical security, wireless, red teaming, basically anything security related or SOC operations, anything security you can think of, I'm sure we can get you taken care of. So check us out at blackhillsinfosec.com. Additionally, we have a training branch called Anti-Siphon Training, where our good folks who are doing these tasks day in and day out on the offensive side, defensive side, and everything in between. They take their knowledge, they package it up nicely for you to learn these tools and techniques so that you can integrate them into your daily workflow and provide it at a very affordable price. So check out antisiphontraining.com. So with that, let's get on with the episode. So today we've got a bit of a small crew. We got Ethan Robish with us. Welcome, Ethan. And myself, Brian Furman. So let's go ahead and let's kick this off. Before we get too far into this, let's talk about Vercel, because some people may not have heard of them at this point. Basically, what they are is a cloud hosting platform that tries to make it easy to ship out web apps. You connect up your GitHub repo, and they'll build and deploy it automatically, and it's live pretty quickly. Also, amongst other things, they're the creator of Next.js, which is a pretty popular React framework with over 520 million downloads in 2025. And so basically, if you've used the web, you have probably used something on Vercel. And so because of that, because of their positioning in the marketplace here, obviously they might have access to a lot of important information, environment variables, API keys, database passwords, and other information that would be of interest to a threat actor. So I think this started with, as we mentioned, a Roblox script that someone downloaded. Is that right, Ethan?
It sounds that way. Yeah. Vercel has kind of released their official statement. The person compromised with their with the Roblox script. I think they're from a different company, right? Context.ai.
Yep, that's a good distinction to make. So the original compromise did not start with Vercel. What was the name of that company?
Context.ai. So
okay.
the way I understand it is maybe chronologically. First, someone from Vercel used Context.ai. Context.ai is a legitimate company. They started. They allowed an OAuth app access to use Context.ai internally for Vercel's, like, I don't know. I guess what does it say what it actually does?
Let's see. You're talking about for the OAuth portion?
So just like, what is Context.ai? Why would Vercel have used them?
Oh, apparently they make some kind of a productivity tool, but that is a good question of exactly what the productivity tool was.
Yeah.
Let's hit the Googles. So we got Context.ai, Google Workspace productivity tool. We'll just do some live research. Platform that acts as an AI office suite, offering over 40 integrations, including Google Workspace, Slack, and Microsoft 365.
Sounds like
helps
that
to automate.
That Google Works sounds like that Google Workspace integration is maybe the downfall here.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because it looks like so what happened is that someone at so we had the initial breach over on the context side, like you mentioned, and it was through the someone downloading a Roblox cheat script onto their work laptop, which was actually a wrapper for a Lumma stealer, Infostealer. It sounds like it's a malware as a service type tool that you can rent out for a couple $100, and it sucked up a bunch of sensitive information from the Context AI employee system, including saved passwords, session cookies, and OAuth tokens, which is probably then the chain into the Vercel employee's Google Workspace account.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I imagine the session information for the context employee allowed the attacker deeper into context architecture, and that OAuth token maybe it wasn't part of the initial session on the employee, but presumably that employee has internal access to context services, and through pivoting escalation, the attacker was able to somehow get access to this OAuth grant that then allowed them into Vercel. And so back to chronologically, at some point in the past, this Vercel employee had signed up for Context AI, was presented with like, oh, hey, do you want to allow this application access to your Google Workspace account? And the the privileges were yes, everything. Then we were talking about that earlier. Sometimes when you sign up for something like that, you don't really get a say. Sometimes it lets you, pick and choose if the developer like allows that option, but sometimes it's just like whatever the app requests, you have to take it or leave it. So whatever the case, the Vercel employee clicked allow, and so this OAuth application had this this grant or this permission established, and was sitting there for who knows how long, until the context employees system got compromised, pivot, and then back into Vercel.
Yeah, and the permissions thing, I think that's a good point. I mean, it's all like you said, a lot of it, it's like it's take it or leave it. It's like I don't know, maybe like signing some kind of like a waiver or something. If you've ever signed something at like a gym, or I don't know, you go on some excursion activity or whatever else where they might have you sign out a waiver. Like you don't get to go through usually and just like start crossing things out that you don't agree to. I mean, it's either you take it or you leave it. And so in this case, if someone wants to use this tool, then I mean that's kind of what they're stuck with. And so I mean, it could be a matter of kind of locking things further down within the workspace if you're able to segment those things out. But it's hard to say without seeing the exact setup and exactly how these things tie in. But understandable though of how someone would accept all this. But you were mentioning that there's some kind of I think you put it as politically correct back and forth between the two companies right now.
Yeah. So I don't know who wrote the application that presented this request. It doesn't say, but it's whether it was internal or whether it was external to Vercel. Either way, the way Context AI put it in their security notice was, Vercel's internal OAuth configurations appear to have allowed this action to grant these broader permissions in Vercel's enterprise Google Workspace. So it's almost like blaming the victim. Well, you shouldn't have allowed that to happen. You shouldn't have done it that way.
Yeah, I certainly do feel that's it's a bit of victim shaming here. But I guess kind of looking at maybe like a broader kind of overall look at things is one of the issues that we have with AI integration right now, and it's not something that is unique to AI, right? I mean, there's lots of apps that people have been installing for years that have nothing to do with AI, but still have broadly scoped permissions. But now with with AI quickly becoming integrated into so many workflows, people wanting to hop on the train very quickly, if you will, trying to keep up with things. It's that I think we're already seeing a lot of these issues popping up, and probably continue seeing these issues of, kind of the idea of excessive agency and over permissive use of AI that can lead to these kinds of incidents. Again, I'm not trying to shame the person in any means, any way, shape, or form, and who had accepted the permissions, but just I think it's just kind of a broader problem in general that we'll continue seeing for a while.
It's kind of so we're swinging the pendulum of security versus usability. We've been harping on, um, only scope your permissions to what you need, like principle of least privilege. And now with AI, it's like, well, if we give it all these things, it can use all these things. It's good at everything. And so, I mean, you have the rise of OpenClaw, where it's like you give it access to everything in your life, right? I mean, some people do, but that can backfire. And this is one of the ways. I mean, this is kind of a classic supply chain attack, right? We kind of joked about context response of blaming the victim, but I mean, realistically, this is a type of attack that is on the rise. Supply chain attacks are in the news more and more. This reminded me of the Aqua Security Trivi supply chain attack, which trickled down into a whole bunch of different places, including a Python package called Light LLM, which is used by a whole bunch of AI coding users. And yeah, you could be several steps removed from how you got compromised. So in this case, Context AI got compromised, but then hopped to Vercel. Vercel not only does Next.js, does hosting. They have a Vercel Labs GitHub that has some projects that maybe you've heard of, but they're quite popular. Skills.sh, which is probably the number one way of finding and installing AI skills. So it's an npm package that is on their GitHub. Agent Browser, which again is one of the most popular ways of giving your browser access to an actual web browser. Sorry, giving your agent access to a web browser, and these are hosted on Vercel's GitHub. Now we have no evidence that any part of their GitHub infrastructure was compromised, but it makes you wonder. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the risk is very real. I think that comparison to Light LLM was in the Trivi chain was, I mean, spot on. I mean, we are so interconnected at this point with all these different packages that are getting pulled into all these different places, and who has access to those at the developer level, and the organizations that have access to the organizations that those developers work at. And I completely agree. And it seems that what we're finding too is that threat actors are increasingly using AI to help speed up and make those connections very quickly without having to go through maybe as much time as they would have had to spend before, piecing all the the puzzle pieces together, chaining this together manually. Now they've got basically their spotter, their co-pilot, whatever you want to call it, that is able to help them quickly piece things together to, cause to very quickly cause broad and significant harm.
Yeah, I wonder how long before this moves from what Vercel called the attackers as highly sophisticated based on their operational velocity and detailed understanding of Vercel systems. But I wonder how long before operational velocity of this magnitude just becomes the norm because of AI assistance.
Yeah, I think we're already seeing that, and I think that's one of the one of the topics of discussion is just how much this is lowering the bar for people. I mean, it'd be often before it seemed like it was just the top tier actors you'd hear about these different supply chain compromises, and it seemed like they were a little less common. But now it seems like, I mean, we're just about every week we're basically hearing a supply chain compromise or two. It's the pace is just mind bending at this point. So yeah, so I think I think we covered all the points in the story there. Obviously things companies can try to do is basically audit permissions throughout your environment, see what has access to where. But I mean, obviously that's not going to be foolproof or bulletproof by any means. And at some point, if you're going to be integrating with other applications, you have to allow the permissions. So I mean, that's kind of a tough one. But trying to segment out data the best you can so that not everyone in the organization has access to everything, trying to keep sensitive data separate from more day-to-day stuff, and kind of try to separate that a little bit to kind of reduce the blast radius, but then also on not to, because that's kind of laying a lot of things on Vercel. Looking at the context person, probably don't download random scripts off the internet onto your work computer like that.
that is sage advice right there.
Yeah. All right.
So should we talk a
Oh,
little bit about the organization that did it? We touched on it at the beginning, I think, but just
yeah, go for it.
how so the Shiny Hunters claimed credit for this breach, and they're the ones that posted the ransom or what have you on breach forums, including Vercel's employee records and screenshots of their internal dashboard. And Shiny Hunters have had arrests in 2024, but groups, as Brian mentioned, this is kind of like malware as a service, ransomware as a service, Infostealer as a service. Like it's more of a cartel, right? Than in like single organization. Like you can't really take down the head because it's you arrest one or two people and nothing meaningfully changes. Like it just keeps running business as usual. I mean, it is a business. Like if you look up some of these things, they run it like a business, and it's crazy.
Yeah. When there's money to be made, there's always going to be people who are banding together to to make said money for sure. So obviously, yeah, like you said, the arrests. It's not obviously not saying that we shouldn't arrest people. Obviously, we definitely should, but we can't expect overnight changes from doing so. Yeah, it looks like they've actually hit quite a few things in the past. They've got a lot of stuff to their name, but it looks like they're claiming that it says the actual Shiny Hunters are claiming that they're not involved here. So we don't know if it's a subset of them,
copycat group,
or nobody really knows. Yeah.
The not quite as shiny hunters.
Yeah.
Dimly lit hunters.
Yeah. Nice. Cool. Well, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. I think we covered all the points. So it'd be interesting to see if anything else comes of this particular attack. If not, we'll be on the lookout for the next one and keep everyone informed with our insights and hot takes and everything else. So hope everyone enjoyed the episode and keep on prompting.